You're welcome to the channel and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and also hit on the notification bell. It's really very important. Thank you. So our headline for today reads, Senate to ban importation of generators in Nigeria. Prescribes 10 years imprisonment for selling them. Can you imagine, guys? Let me read the news. It says the National Assembly upper lawmakers on Wednesday, March 11th, have sought to ban use of power generating sets in Nigeria. The senator representing Niger South, Bima Enagi, has introduced a bill that seeks to ban the importation of generators in Nigeria. The bill, titled A Bill for an Act to Prohibit or Ban the Importation of Generating Sets, to curb the menace of environmental air pollution and to facilitate the development of the power sector, was one of the 6 bills read for the first time on Wednesday. The bill prescribes at least 10 years imprisonment for any person who knowingly sells generator sets. Other details of the bill show that the ban shall not include generator sets used for essential services, which include medical purposes, that's hospitals and nursing homes and healthcare facilities, airports, railway stations or services, elevators or lifts, escalators, research institutions, and facilities that require 24 hours electric power supply. Approval for exclusion shall, however, be obtained from the Minister in charge of power, who shall brief the Federal Executive Council quarterly on approvals granted. The bill further directs all persons to stop the use of electricity generating sets which run on diesel, petrol, and kerosene of all capacities with immediate effect in the country. The bill seeks to ban the importation and use of generating sets, that's generators, in the country, and to curb the menace of environmental pollution, which leads to potential health hazards it poses to the whole nation. Part of the document read. The lawmakers are expected to debate the details of the bill on another legislative day. The introduction of the bill comes 4 months after the Senate rejected a resolution to temporarily ban the importation of generators. So that's the news, guys. Oh, as much as this news sounds funny, but really it's not funny. Why would they want to ban the importation of generator or the selling of generator sets when they've not even made any provision for an alternative? How do they expect the companies to cope, knowing that most companies in Nigeria rely on electricity through generating sets? So how do they expect companies to cope? How do they expect people to be employed when there are no companies? Because eventually these companies are going to shut down if there is no power to run their business. That's for those of them who are still kind enough to even run their businesses in Nigeria, because most of the people have moved their businesses to Ghana. Or except if this bill is an indirect way of banning people from going to social media, because if there is no power, if there is no electricity, and you cannot charge your phone, that means people will not be using phones anymore, and you automatically will not be able to go to social media. Except if you're a top shot who is able to afford the solar energy, because that's the next option now. People using solar energy, and I will not be surprised by the time people they begin to import solar energy, or by the time they realize that people are beginning to patronize or buy solar energy, they might also ban the importation of that one, since this administration is known for making life very miserable for people. Now another question is, since they are even banning the selling, people who have already imported these goods and have them in their shops, okay, what happens to those generators that have already been imported in the country? What happens to the capital that was invested in that business? Since it's going to be an outright ban if the bill goes through, what happens to the ones that have already been imported? What happens to the business people who have invested such amount of money in such business? What happens to the people who already bought those generators? Like so many, at least 90% of Nigerians, if I'm correct, should own a generator. What happens to all of that? It's quite unfortunate, guys. I'd like to read from you guys with regards to this this news, please feel free to drop, those comments in the comment section below. I'd like to read from you guys. And please do not forget to subscribe and also hit on the notification bell. Like and share the video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.